Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 567, and I'll try to do it within 5 minutes, hopefully within 3 minutes, to make it a very short and concise update for this Sunday. As you can see, the title of the blog post and the video update is Surprisingly Productive Sunday. And it was the case today because, as every Sunday, I was expecting a little bit of free space to go for some hike or maybe some long drive and explore some area. But it seems like life had different plans for me this Sunday, and main highlights today are first, Storm Kathleen is still ongoing, so it was a very windy day from the very start to the end, and I think it's still blowing. But it seems like it's a tail of the storm rather than the body of this main body of the storm that was yesterday. So I believe that the main storm already progressed towards Northern Ireland, Scotland, and the UK. But still, it was very windy, but dry and warm, with some small rain spells across the day. But the morning was beautiful, and today was a match. Julian played with his team against one of the teams in their league, because these are league matches and they count towards the final result. And League Cup already started with the first match, which was quite confusing, and they played against older boys and a much better team by mistake, but it still counted, so they had one loss in the table. They lost 2-5. It was a match away. Then on Wednesday they played against Donegal Town and they won 2-1, so they had 3 points in the table. And today they were facing Letterbarrow, which they lost against in a friendly at the beginning of the season. It didn't count, but it was quite a scary wake-up call because they lost, I think, 1-5. So this match was very important, and the guys played very well. They won 2-1 again, so in 1 week they were able to beat two teams 2-1, which means they have 6 points in the table now and are progressing to the semi-final of the League Cup. After the match, we returned home. Julian took a shower, got his breakfast, whatever he wanted to do, and stayed home while Elizabeth and myself, we went for a walk towards the bay. It was very windy. We got even a bit of rain along the way, but then the sun came out, and it was a very pleasant walk, so we really enjoyed it. And when we returned, it was quite late already. I was thinking about going somewhere, but I didn't want to do any big hikes or explorations closer to the sunset. So I decided to switch towards a very unwanted list of chores that were waiting for weeks. And this is where that productive Sunday comes to play, because we managed to mount the light in the shed, because I want to make sure that whenever it's dark, there is a light in the shed, and I didn't want to pull any electricity into the shed, into the garden, but rather wanted to have something that is wireless, and preferably with some form of battery that is being charged. And I bought recently the light that is USB-C connected for charging, and then it has a long battery lifespan, LED lights with 3 different temperatures of light and 3 different strength of the light, which basically gives you 9 options of the light and different lifespan. So from about 2 to 12, I think, hours of lifespan on single charge, which is brilliant because that light will be just sitting above the door, and when you enter the shed you will be able to just light it up. And that positioning and the fixing or kind of mounting, everything was done by Julian with just my guidance. So it was a nice kind of son-father time that we spent together on doing some manual work. And then, but I think before that or after that, we approached to another task that was to fix the carpet lining or the upholstery on the stairs, because our stairs that lead to the bedrooms upstairs are have the carpet, and the bottom first step had always the carpet kind of slightly pulling off every couple of weeks, and the fixing wasn't permanent, so I decided to tackle that together with Julian. And again, I guided him and wanted to see if he can do it himself as much as he can, because I think the hands-on is the best way to learn things, and he was brilliant in doing it. He operates hammer very well, and we decided to fix it with a different approach than it was done before. I think it will be strong and will keep for a good while. And later on, we went also to check and unscrew the rear wheel of our electric scooter, because after last use by my wife, I think she might have hit some curb or something, and the cap broke on the kind of vent or whatever you call it, on the valve, and the tire deflated, and I thought that there's a puncture, so I unscrewed the rear wheel, which was very hard, but we unscrewed it, and I wanted to fix the puncture because I bought the puncture repair kit. But before that, I decided that something that I should do before unscrewing the wheel, but to pump once again that wheel and see if it will lose the air over time. And so far so good. After so many hours, it still keeps the pressure and the air in it. So I suspect that whenever that cap broke on the wheel, the actual valve has that little thing that released the air quite a bit closer to the cap than usual, let's say, bike tubes. So I suspect it might have been touched by the broken cap plastic and maybe pushed a little bit, so the air deflated, and that's how it happened. So there might be no puncture at all. It was just a weird accident. So that's the assumption. We'll see tomorrow. So that was very productive. I still need to shave myself and get a haircut, and also I wanted to clean the car today because it was very nice and dry, but it was quite windy, and there was no time to do that, because in the evening we also managed to go again onto the football pitch or soccer pitch and train a little bit with Julian. He still had energy and willingness to go there, so we used some time spare before the sunset to do it. So yeah, I failed. I was meant to do it in 3 to 5 minutes, and it's almost 10. So apologies for that. My assessment was very wrong, and there was too much to talk about, even though I thought it's very little. It came out as 10 minutes. So that's it for today. New week starts tomorrow. I will update you as usual on Monday. For now, thank you very much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of the day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.